Hi, I'm Melissa Ryan. Welcome back to my channel. This video is about something you can absolutely do right now, today. I urge you to do it. I want you to walk. Walking is the ideal exercise for your body. I read that years and years ago. I think it was like 16 or 17. And I started right away. I used to be very obsessed with losing weight. I was never a bigger girl, but I always wanted to be thinner. I still do now, but I'm not obsessive like I used to be. But anyway, I started taking walks. My family used to take walks after dinner, which is a great time to take a walk. It aids digestion, but more importantly, just the 20-minute walk lights up your brain. They've done studies before and after, just 20 minutes of walking, and all the sectors just are completely lit up. And I don't know how to describe the brain science of it, but I saw the picture and it blew my mind, because 20 minutes of walking isn't even a lot. I like to walk for at least an hour. I have taken walks for 5 hours. I don't meditate. I've read all about how amazing it is. I do think I have a very short attention span with a lot of things. Not everything. Like writing, I can sit and do for fucking ages. But yeah, writing is different. Writing is special to me. Anything else, like I mentioned before, sitting in the bath, like 20 minutes, I can't just sit there, So meditation, I've never really done. I've tried. But I was told that walking is very similar. I don't want to say it's the same thing. I don't really know. But it's so therapeutic because it's just yourself and your own thoughts. And personally, I listen to music. I listen to music almost every time that I walk. I like to be with my music, and I play my music very loud. And some people might not be able to think that way. Personally, for me, I can. And, I cry during my walks. I laugh, not all the time. Listening to music that I like is so uplifting. And then your body's moving. You get a body high. It releases endorphins. It's wonderful. I like to walk at night. I like to walk at night for a few reasons. People have always made fun of me for the way I walk. I go like this. My hips are huge. I don't walk sexually intentionally. I've heard it all my fucking life. And I tend to get a lot of attention when I walk, as awful as that sounds. But at night, I don't have to deal with that shit. And naturally, I feel more creative at night. I'm obsessed with the moon, obsessed with the stars. Anything about it, really. The times that I was struggling most in my life, I was walking so much because I needed to think, I needed to cry, I needed to be alone. And I'm alone a lot of the time. But when you walk, and the more you walk, the faster you'll get, which is a good thing symbolically, because it means you're going places in life. You're moving, you're on the go. I walk super fast. It's something I'm proud of. Anyway, you get into the zone. You really do. And it feels amazing. Especially when you're finished and you just sit down and your heart's still racing and you're pouring sweat sometimes, usually sweating through all your clothes. It's a great feeling. I was saying before, the hardest times in my life I was walking a lot because I needed to think. Right before I decided to start traveling, I was living in Harlem, New York, and it wasn't a good area. It was probably one of the worst areas. And at that point, I was living at night, I really was. And I would take my walks around, God, it was like 3 in the morning. I would take my walks in Harlem, 3 in the fucking morning. And I would go for 3 hours. Sometimes I would walk down by the river. Other times I would walk through Central Park. And there was one time where I was followed and I freaked out. It was so scary. And people told me, like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? You can really hurt yourself. But it's important to do what you want to do. I'm not a really strong girl. I'm not very tall at all. And I could absolutely be looked at as a target. I'm not saying not to be safe. At this point, I did. When I was being followed that one time, it scared the hell out of me. I literally had to just run away. I did buy mace. My parents were so happy about that too, because they know me. They know I like to walk, and I did carry mace when I was living in Harlem. But I didn't want to. When I left that situation, which was good, I didn't want to carry it anymore. And granted, this world is extremely dangerous, but you don't want to live anticipating an attack. And really, personally, I believe if I were to be attacked, then I would be attacked. It would be in my fate. Things like that just don't happen. To go another level, if I were attacked, I would say in a previous life I had attacked someone to a similar degree that I would be attacked in this life, and I would have to feel the hurt and the pain and deal with that entire ordeal so I could learn, Everything we get, we deserve. I really do. And it's important to rise above the circumstances and live as best as you can. In the next life, you'll absolutely appreciate all your hard work in this one. These are things you think about when you walk. Just a few things to add. I used to be a big gym rat. I would sometimes go to the gym twice a day. I was also extremely conscious of calorie intake, which is bullshit. Don't do that. I'd eat a lot of low-fat products, things like that. This was when I was 17, which also is a very young age. I'm 28 now. I'm going to be 29 in less than a month. I have a better body and a thinner body, 100% a thinner body than I did when I was working out twice a day in a gym and extremely conscious of everything I was putting in my body. These days, I'm much more concerned with purity and cooking my own food. I don't want to get so much into that because that's absolutely a different video. But the point is, my exercise these days is walking. And now I'm stripping in a club. I was camming for about 6 years, which was also more exercise, just dancing. You don't have to strip to dance, though. You can walk and you can lose whatever weight you want to. You really can. It's the absolute easiest thing. It's so enjoyable. You don't have to sign up to a gym. Go outside. Go in the rain. Go in the rain. I love the rain. And granted, the rain, I mean, even personally, sometimes I have to be in the mood to go out in the rain. But there are umbrellas. You know, I don't usually have boots. I don't ever have boots. I always end up with wet feet. But I've personally gotten used to it. But yeah, you can buy boots. Go in the rain. It's beautiful and inspiring. Go at night, look at the stars, talk to the moon. She will listen. She's listened to me. Go in the morning if you want to. Go after dinner if you want to. Go for a walk. Go for 20 minutes and light up your brain. Go for an hour and see how it feels. I like to roll a few spliffs and just go for hours. I've done that and it's amazing. It really is. Hikes around lakes, up mountains. Oh God. My favorite country is Switzerland. And I was staying in this place in Zermatt, which is essentially a valley town in the middle of the Alps. It's stunning. And pretty much every day I would go walking up this gigantic mountain. And mountains are so inspiring to me. I love them just on a really personal level, on a big level. But doing that, it brought me so much insight. I made decisions on that mountain that I don't think I would have come to otherwise. I came across the most gigantic mountain goat ever. It had the biggest horns that were going out, huge, and they almost looked, oh God. But I was on this cliff and it was just 20 feet above me, and I swear to God, if it came at me, I would have had a better chance jumping off that fucking cliff because it was massive. It was this massive male with huge horns, but it just looked at me and then it walked away. And it was one of the coolest moments of my life. Through walking. I urge you to do it. You don't need a mountain. You can do it in your neighborhood. I've done that too, and it's lovely. It really is. Enjoy yourselves. Happy walking. Thank you for listening. I will talk to you soon.